Because U.S. Law Shield covers more than just the lethal, deadly self-defense type of scenario involving a handgun or a rifle or something like that, it also covers any justified use of force. We have to understand non-lethal use of force. Non-lethal self-defense requires under the law, under the totality of the circumstances, that you have imminent fear of bodily injury. What's bodily injury? Bodily injury is something greater than a push or a shove or even a light smack or something like that. It's something that might leave a bruise, might leave reddening, such as a punch to the face. That would be bodily injury. And so under the totality of the circumstances, and again, because it's imminent fear, it doesn't require someone to actually punch you first before you can initiate your self-defense. Again, it has to be imminent under the totality of the circumstances, reasonable fear of bodily injury. There are two things that we have to consider when it comes to not use of hands, not hand-to-hand, and that's the two most popular forms of self-defense, and that is both a stun gun or electric incapacity device, and then number two is OC spray. Let's talk about each one of them. The law when it comes to stun guns at first blush is going to look like in Pennsylvania that you can't do it. And that's because you Googled and you looked at prohibitive offensive weapons law in Pennsylvania, and you're going to read it and you're going to be like, well, that makes it clear that you cannot have a stun gun or taser. And that's just not so, because if you keep reading on, you'll understand that it's when it's used in an offensive capacity, meaning that you are looking to hurt someone for the sake of hurting them, or during the course of another crime, that's when it would be potentially illegal under the prohibitive offensive weapon. But if it is used for self-defense purposes and maintained for self-defense purposes, then you can use and you can possess that stun gun or electric incapacity device. When it comes to OC, like this OC spray that I carry around with me all the time as a less than lethal option, I like it because it makes it so there's a barrier between me and the potential bad person. And that's why a lot of people like it, so you don't have to go hands-on. It is by definition considered to be less than lethal if you use it as designed, meaning that's either a spray or a foam or a mist, and it's used in that way. If you instead use it as a karambit or a bludgeon type of device, then it can be considered lethal deadly force used in that context, because it's capable of serious bodily injury or causing death under some extreme circumstances. So OC spray, no problem. I carry it with me all the time. There are location restrictions such as courthouses and other sensitive areas that no weapons are allowed, and this would be considered obviously a weapon. The same is true with the stun gun. So those are some considerations that we need to think about when it comes to less than lethal options in Pennsylvania and how to best defend yourself from a practical and from a legal point of view.